Hello students. So student, in the previous class in the chapter that is pollution of air and water, we were discussing about that what do you understand by the potable water. So we said that what is the potable water? So the water which is good for us, which is safe for drinking, or the water which is suitable for the drinking purpose, that is known as a potable water. Okay, so we can say that is suitable for drinking. It means it must be safe from any kind of a germ or any kind of chemicals and microorganisms present in it. So we can say that the water which is free from any germ, which is free from any kind of a microorganism, such kind of a water is known as a potable water. Okay, so we can say potable water. Safe for drinking. That is known as a potable water. Then the next one, students, that we had discussed, that what are the different characteristics. On the basis of that you can say that okay, this water is a potable one. So we had discussed that there are some of the characteristics, and that is this water should be colorless, it should be tasteless, and it should be transparent. Okay, so we can say that it should be transparent. Okay, so this much information regarding that of the physical, how it appears. So water should be colorless, it should be tasteless, it means the tasteless, as well as we can say one more thing, that is odorless. It does not have any kind of a smell coming out from it. Okay, so colorless, tasteless, odorless and transparent, if all these things are there, we can say okay, that water is good enough. If we are checking it, if we are seeing it, then yes, from that point of view, yes, it is correct. Now, not only this, student, it should be free from any kind of germs or any kind of chemicals dissolved in it. So we can say that no chemical should present in it, as well as microorganisms. So any kind of germs or chemicals should not be present in it. The water should be free from germs and that of the chemicals. Okay, so this was some of the characteristic of that of the potable water. Now if we talk about the purification, after that, student, you see that if water is not good, if it is not suitable for us to drink it, then what we can say that we should make it in such a way that we can drink it easily. Okay, so we are taking water that is safe for us, that is suitable for us, and that water is known as a potable water. Okay, and if water is not potable, if it is not good for us, then what you have to do, we have to purify it. Okay, so purification of the water is very important to make it safe, to make it suitable for us to drink. Okay, so in the next topic we were talking about the purification of the water. Purification of the water, students. Okay, and in the purification of the water we were talking about that purification means what? You see that water basically consisting of other things also, including the germs, including the chemicals present in it. Okay, and dust and dirt also can be there. So we can say that small pebbles can be there. So water should be purified before it is released even in the water bodies or supplied to your home. In both the cases, student, the water should be purified. It means we should consume the water that is purified, that is the potable one, that is suitable and safe for us, as well as before releasing the water to the water bodies, the water should be this much good enough that it will not going to affect the quality as well as the life of the aquatic living organisms. Okay. So we have started with the purification of water for public distribution. Purification of water for public distribution. What does that mean? You see, when we are saying that purification of water for public distribution, so you see students that here we are talking about the water when it comes from that of the from the different from the different water bodies to your home, is supplied to your home, to the different houses. That we are talking about the purification for the public distribution. So the distribution of the water occur from the water bodies to your home. Now you tell me students that it is like that we used to take the river water directly, or we used to take the lake, or that is the pond water directly. No, we never do that. Why is it so? Because the chances is there that it may consisting of a dirt, it may consisting of a microorganism, even it may consisting of the that of the chemicals also, right? So what we have to do before releasing it in the water bodies, first of all we have to purify it. Okay, if the purification occurred properly, then only we are able to consume it. So in this one student, we will talk about that how water get purified from the water bodies to our home. Okay, so what are the various processes, what are the different steps that are involved in distributing the water from the water bodies to your home. Okay, so you see, what are the various processes, students? So the first one, basically what happens is, you see that when this water, now before we go further and try to understand the different steps, students, let me remind you one more thing, that okay, we are studying here that purification of the water. What is the definition of the water purification? So you see, cleaning of the water, and we can say that to maintain the quality of the water, that is its characteristic, it is known as the purification of the water. We already had discussed about the water purification. So we can say that purification of water is the process of cleaning of water. Process of cleaning of water. And when we talk about the process of cleaning of the water, it is not necessary that we are cleaning water only from that of the river or from the water bodies to our home. You see, here we are going to talk about that how the purification of the water occur for the public distribution. Okay, so public distribution, it means how it get distributed to the different public, how it get distributed to the different person living in a locality, living in the society. Okay, so water should be purified first, and only then it will get distributed to the different homes, to the offices, or to your locality. So public distribution, it means the purification of water is to be done for the public, and then it will get distributed in the public. That is known as the purification of water for public distribution. Again I am telling you, it means that we have to clean the water. Meaning of the cleaning, it means it should not, it should be potable. Potable consisting of everything, or we can say it should be potable, or quality should be maintained. Characteristic of the water should be okay, students. So we can say that the characteristic should be good. Okay, so quality should be maintained. Here we can say the physical and the chemical or the biological, all the characteristics should be maintained. Okay, so in the process of the cleaning of water for the public distribution is the cleaning of the water, so that the public will get a clean water. It means free from any kind of germs. Its characteristic of the water remains the same. Characteristic can be anything, physical, chemical, or that of a biological. Okay, so this was all about this is about the water for the public distribution. Although we are knowing about it that water when it reaches to our home, we used to purify. You know students that we cannot take water directly from the tank also, so we used to purify that. But here we will start with the first one, that how the water which is coming to our home through tap, how it reaches to us and how it get purified in the plant, that is in the water treatment plant. Okay, so we'll discuss the different process here. Okay, now you see students, if we talk the various processes, so the various processes which is involved in this purification. So the first thing, that is the water which comes from that of the different water bodies. First of all, it is stored in a storage tank. That actually what we used to keep it left undisturbed for some time. So there the water settles down. Okay, and sorry, the dirt and the impurities and the larger impurities, you can say, which is larger in size, and the heavier one will get settled down. Okay, and in class 6th also, students, we are knowing about it. Let me remind you again about it. That is the process of sedimentation. Basically, what is the sedimentation? In the process of a sedimentation, what we used to do, we used to take the sand and in a glass of water to do the experiment, to do the activity, and keep it left undisturbed for some times. What we will observe? We will observe that after a few minutes, after a few interval of a time, the sand will settle down at the glass consisting of a water in it. So here we are doing the same thing. We are taking the water from the water bodies and keeping it in the sedimentation tank. In the sedimentation tank, it will left undisturbed for some time. So the heavier particle will settle down easily. Okay, so we can write it about it, students. The first process or the first step is water collected from the river, and lakes, then this water is made to stand. It is made to stand in a large sedimentation tank. Okay, so we can say that in a large sedimentation tank. Okay, so first of all we can say that it is kept for a sedimentation tank. Now this will cause the large, that is the pebbles, or that of the we can say the pebbles are there, students, or even dirt is there, so it will get settled down. So we can write it, that is, this will make the pebbles to settle down. Okay, the pebbles to settle down. So basically what happened here, students, we have taken a sedimentation tank. In the sedimentation tank, you see that the water is collected from the different water bodies. Okay, from different water bodies, water is collected, and this water is made to stand still for a few minutes, for a few hours there, and after that the heavier impurities, the pebbles and all, will get settled down in the sedimentation tank. So this is the first step which occur in the purification of the water. Okay, water is collected in the sedimentation tank. Then the next one is, after this, student, then water is forced to pass through a various layer and these various layer is of sand, is of gravel. Okay, so we can say that water is then forced. Second point, water is then forced to the different layers. Okay, so we can say it is forced through the layers. It is forced to the layers of sand, gravel, sand, gravel is there student, as well as charcoal. Okay, so you see student, basically what happens is a kind of a storage tank is there in which one layer is of a sand, the another one layer is of a pebbles, and finally a layer of a charcoal is there. Okay, so we can say that you see here it is gravel, which is the bigger one, and finally sand is there, and then charcoal is there. Okay, so here we will keep the water with it. Okay, this is water, this is the water. Okay, so water, it is made to pass through in the second process, in the second method, the water which comes from that of the sedimentation tank is now made to pass through three layers, that is gravel, sand and charcoal. So we had kept here gravel, then we had kept the sand and then charcoal, then water, it passes through it. Now what is the role of these three students? It helps in purifying from the impurities. Okay, so whatever be the impurities which is present in it will get purified easily. Okay, so we can say the gravel is there, sand is there, charcoal is the different layer which help in purifying the impurities. So from the sedimentation tank, water comes to the gravel, sand and the charcoal layer. So we can write it that water is then forced to the layer of sand, gravel and charcoal to remove other insoluble impurities. Okay, other insoluble impurities. Okay, other insoluble impurities. So you see students, what happened in the first case, we have taken the sedimentation tank. In the sedimentation tank, we had kept the water which is coming from that of the water bodies. Now that water bodies consisting of a dirt, consisting of impurities, that may include pebbles also, that may include the other things also. Okay, now when you keep it there, what will happen? The impurities which is heavier, it will get settled down easily. Right? It will get settled down, and due to settling, you can say that the upper layer of the water will be clean now. Not clean, but yes, free from the heavier impurities. Now that water, the upper layer of the water will pass through you can say another kind of a tank where the three layers are there. So we can say that water is made to pass through three layers, that is gravel, that is sand and that of the charcoal. Okay, so gravel, sand and charcoal will help in purifying again by removing the insoluble impurities. If rest of the insoluble impurities will be left to students whose density is this much not good, will get settled down in sedimentation tank. So to purify that insoluble impurities, we will make water to pass through the gravel, sand and charcoal. Okay, so to remove insoluble impurities, we made it to pass through the three layers. Now what we have to do, students, that physically water is now clean, right? Water is now clean because we have removed all the different kind of insoluble impurities from it. Now what we have to do, we have to clean it biologically also. So how can we do so, students? So by the process of chlorination. Chlorination is a process by which we passes the chlorine gas in the water and water get purified by killing the microorganisms, because this chlorine gas, it help in killing that of the microorganism and other germs. So we can say that it help in removing the germs and the microorganism from the water. So biologically it help in cleaning the water. So we can say third process is water is then forced. Water is then moved to the for chlorination. Moved for chlorination. Now when we talk about the chlorination, it means the consisting of a chlorine gas which helps in killing the microbes. Okay, so it helps in killing the microbe, student. That is known as a chlorination. So in here, chlorine gas is passed through the water to kill the germs present in it. Okay, so we can say that it helps in killing the microbes which left in the water. Okay, so you see, student, we are cleaning the water now biologically by passing the chlorine gas through it. When the chlorine gas passes through it, it helps in killing the microbes from it. Okay, so this is the second one we can say, and this is the third one we can say. First one to second one, we were doing the physical, we were removing the physical impurities. In the third one, we are removing the biological impurities. Now, this chlorinated water is now, you can say, it is passed through the overhead storage tank. Okay, overhead storage tank is present in the different society, and it will remain as such, and from there the overhead storage tank, from the different pipe, it reaches to the homes of the different home of the society or of that place. Okay, so we can write it. The chlorinated water is then pumped into overhead storage tank. Okay, we can say overhead storage tank. Okay, it helps in pump over a storage tank, and from here the water reaches to the different homes and other places. Now, homes and other location. Okay, and other location. So you see, students, that the chlorinated water is pumped into the overhead storage tank, and from there the water reaches to the different home and the other location. So this was the purification of the water for the public distribution. Now, to test students, so this is the process basically we do for the process of for purification of the water for the public transportation, public distribution. Let me remind you again what we have studied till now. So we had discussed, students, that purification is important so that we can say that water is safe for us, so that we can say that this water we can take it easily. Okay, we can drink it, it is suitable for us. Okay, Now, what are the different processes which is involved in the purification, student? So, the first is that we will take the water from the different water bodies and kept in a tank. That tank is known as a sedimentation tank. Why it is known as a sedimentation tank? Because the process which take place in that tank is the sedimentation process only. Okay, so that sedimentation tank will be there. So in the sedimentation tank, the heavier impurities will get settled down. Then water is then forced to move to another kind of a tank, and this tank is now consisting of a 3 layers, and that 3 layer is the sand, gravel, sand and charcoal. So it is made to pass through the gravel, sand and charcoal layer, and which help in the removal of some of the insoluble impurities if it is present in it. Finally, this water is made to pass through a tank where chlorination process is occurring. Chlorination process means what, student? It means the giving up of a chlorine gas in the water tank, and this chlorine gas, it helps in killing the microbes and the other germs present in the water. So we can say that biologically it helps in cleaning the water, in purifying the water. Finally, this chlorinated water, it is kept into, or it is pumped into the head storage tank. From the head storage tank, this water will reaches to the person, to the different homes and the different locations. Okay. Now we can understand this by making a flow chart. This process we can understand with the help of a flow chart. So you see. First of all, a river is there. You can take any of the water bodies. It is not necessary that you are seeing the river, water bodies. From the water bodies, students, it will reaches to the sedimentation unit. Settling of the heavy particles. Okay, settling of the heavy particles occur from the sedimentation tank. It will reaches to the filtration unit. In the filtration unit, there are 3 layers, students. That is gravel, sand and charcoal. Okay, gravel is there, sand is there and charcoal is there, that is present in the filtration unit. Okay, so this is the third one. From here, the water is made to pass through that of the chlorinated tank. Okay, so we can say chlorination. Chlorinating unit. Okay, consisting of a chlorine gas in it. So chlorination process, it help in the purifying the water. Now from here, student, it will reaches to the head storage tank. Okay, so we can say this is the water storage tank. Water storage tank, and from here it will reaches to the different holes. Okay, so we can write it, water storage tank, and from water storage tank, student, it reaches to the holes. Okay, so this is basically the flow chart of that of the purification of water for the public distribution. A river is there, student. You can take any of the water body. From their water body, it will reaches to the sedimentation unit. In the sedimentation unit, there will be the settling of the particle occur. That sedimentation process occur. From the sedimentation, it will reaches to the filtration unit. In the filtration unit, there are 3 layers. So water is forced to pass through that of the 3 layers. That is the gravel, sand and charcoal. From here, it will reaches to the chlorinating unit. and the chlorinated unit, chlorination occur. Okay, by passing the chlorine gas. Chlorine gas is sufficient to kill the microbes and germs present in it. And from here it will reaches to the water storage tank. Water storage tank is the head storage tank from where the water is supplied to the different homes. Okay, so you can say that it is this water storage tank is present in the different colonies and different society, and from there it will reaches to the different home. So this is the first one, that is purification of water for the public distribution. Now this is how the water reaches from that of the river to our home. So how does it get purified? Now, is that the water get purified only from the from that of the river to the home? No, even we also used to purify the water at our home. Okay, we never take the water, we never used to use the tap water directly. Instead of that, we used to purify. See, if we are talking about the well water or the ground water, it is already in the pure form of water. So that is why we used to take it as it is. But if the water is coming through a water treatment plant, or it is kept in a storage tank, before taking it, what we used to do, we used to purify it again. Okay, and how can we do the purification, students? So here, by the process of boiling or using a different kind of a chemical filters. Okay, so chemical treatment, you have heard about RO, these days the RO and the candles. Earlier days the people, they use filters consisting of a candles in it, and that will help in purifying. Okay, so we can say overall that this reaches to the home, but even in the home also we used to do the process of purification. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss about that how we used to purify the water at home. Okay.